Daye Shinn was born on September 2nd, 1916. Not much seems to be known about his early life, though according to Find a Grave, he served in the U.S. Navy as an SF-2 during World War II. Daye married and divorced somewhere around 5 times, and at some point went to law school. Helter Skelter and Susan Atkins' books both state that Daye was of Korean descent. Before the Manson case, Shinn had been obtaining Mexican domestics for Southern California families. Daye Shinn had been brought onto the Manson case on what in Helter Skelter says March 11th, 1970, when Susan Atkins asked for her previous lawyer, Richard Caballero, be replaced with Shinn. According to Helter Skelter, there was initially a potential conflict of interest with Shinn, as he had represented Charles Manson on several matters and had visited him more than 40 times. Shinn denied any conflict, and Judge Keene then warned Atkins of the possible dangers of being represented by an attorney who had been so closely involved with one of her co-defendants. Atkins didn't care. She wanted Shinn, and the substitution was granted. On leaving the courtroom, Shinn told awaiting reporters that Susan Atkins definitely will deny everything she told the grand jury. At one point during the trial, Shinn was held in contempt of court and spent 3 nights in the county jail. He was later quoted saying, "I am now having marital problems, Your Honor. My wife thinks I'm spending the night with some other woman. She doesn't read English. Now my dog won't even talk to me." Shinn is credited as the person who slipped Manson a newspaper about President Nixon saying Manson was guilty. At some point, Daye Shinn asked Linda Kasabian if she believed in Santa Claus. In Helter Skelter, Bugliosi wrote, "It was no secret that several, if not all, of the defense attorneys were frightened of the family. Daye Shinn, I was told by one of his fellows, kept a loaded gun in each room of his house in case of an unannounced visitation." Shinn called no witnesses on behalf of Susan Atkins. Her father refused to have anything to do with her. Despite being her lawyer for the majority of the trial, Susan Atkins only mentioned Daye Shinn once in her book. After reading through multiple books, it's clear that Shinn was among those who tried for a mistrial, though that, of course, did not happen. Daye Shinn died on June 14th, 2006. He's buried at National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific in Honolulu, Hawaii. He was 89 years old.